am on a whole nother level. Girl, he only fucked you over cause you let him. Girl, I guess he didn't know any better. Girl, that man didn't show any ever. Do all I can just to show you you're special. Certain it's your love that holds me together. You say
Yo, comment allez-vous? Bonsoir. Alors, on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour l'épisode numéro 9 de Vampyr. Vampyr. Oh, bonsoir jeune homme. Alors comme ça, on fouille pendant qu'on fait des introductions. Incroyable ça. Du coup, petit rappel ce qui s'est passé dans l'épisode précédent. Pas mal de bastons en vrai. Hein, on a libéré, on a tué quelques personnes de ce côté-là. D'ailleurs, il y en a un autre là, je crois, c'est ça? Ils ont repop là? Ouais, ils ont repop. Flemme de retourner par ici. Nous, l'objectif c'est donc d'aller tout droit. On a visité un petit peu ce côté-là, là, mais loup-garou, vampire, tout ça, ouais. On se calme un peu. Hein. Donc on va aller tout droit. On affronte un loup-garou ici aussi. Ça brille par là, j'ai oublié de le faire ça. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Comment allez-vous? Toi t'es mort. Je suis Keblo. Bon, plus que toi et moi. Ah non. Je suis d'abord. Ah waouh. Je joue trop mal là. Voilà, mec, si m'arrive, je joue beaucoup trop mal. Allez, faut que je joue un peu plus les patterns, les esquives. Ah, je l'ai pas vu venir. Ah ouais ouais. Putain, ils sont casse-couilles hein. Putain mais ils sont résistants eux hein. Bah mon gars. Fallait te tuer toi. Il y a un bébé qui pleure là. Un peu de money.
It's locked.
Bah vas-y on va aller par en dessous. Ah c'est verrouillé aussi. Et comment on se rend là-bas? Je regarde regardé le mauvais endroit.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Refuge. Ah là. C'est pas là? C'est pas là. Alors. Pas très sympa ça. Ah bon. Il vient de lui tirer dessus là.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Ah, le charou quoi. Indice.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help.
Par contre, tu vas me parler un peu mieux,
Said
toi.
sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
You're being manipulated by these criminals. What's worse is that you're clever enough to know better.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
Toi, mon gars. Il est en train de me zéref, lui. Je pourrais me le faire, hein. Je donnerai de l'XP, hein. Ah, il est fatigué.
Goodbye, young man.
I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Bon, pote, t'as
What?
l'air un peu énervé.
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm
Pire
Dr.
cauchemar.
Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you
Moi,
know
je cherche,
Nurse Dorothy Crane
Nurse
from the
Dorothy.
Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. It's just a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Ah bon. Mon gars, tiens-toi droit. Hein.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
T'as pas de famille?
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Ah.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Ah, c'est pas la folie
you could
folie.
focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Ah, c'est ton fils? Migraine.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Fatigue et migraine. Ça c'est son fils. Ah, ok. Fermé. Y'a rien. J'essaie de fouiller un peu hein, pour voir si on trouve des petits trucs. C'est un ennemi ça? Bonsoir, est-ce que vous connaissez...
Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Elle a un renard autour du cou, on
really?
sait que son
Why
tournesol
didn't I
là.
hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Ah bon? Parce que toi t'es 1500. On peut faire affaire. Attends. Moi je cherche Nurse
Do you
Cray.
know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Je vois. Donc on a affaire à une pseudo-concurrente. Ok.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Camélia.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Ouais, très bien. Vas-y, faut voir ce que tu
I'd
proposes.
like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Alors, qu'est-ce que tu proposes? Ouais. Ouais. C'est pas foufou, hein. Moi, ce que j'aimerais, c'est trouver le refuge, s'il y en a un dans le coin. Est-ce qu'on peut le voir sur la carte éventuellement? Ah oui, là. Oula. Je suis peut-être trompé d'endroit. En général, un refuge, ça va pas aussi loin. Donc il y a deux Camélia, la fleuriste. Et l'autre. C'est Bats ou je sais pas quoi. Ah ouais, c'est passé quoi ici là? Ah. Putain mais c'est... Ils sont tous déglingués ici quoi. Ok. C'est un refuge. Très bien. Moi ça me va. Pas mal de choses à fouiller dis donc. Ça c'est pour aller dehors j'imagine. Dormir. Pour aller dehors j'imagine aussi. Ah tiens on va faire des remèdes là. Alors attends c'était quoi? C'était un rhume. Fatigue je crois. Sepsis, anémie. J'ai vu. Normalement si je me trompe pas, je peux pas améliorer depuis. Ah, migraine, fatigue. Ah oui, mais c'est lui. Migraine? Oh, putain. Migraine, j'ai pas migraine encore, je crois. Et fatigue, ouais, ah non, j'ai pas migraine. Je n'ai point migraine, mon cher. Bon, on va essayer de soigner les 2-3 personnes qu'on a. On verra par la suite. Mais du coup, j'ai déjà rencontré alors l'autre, la Bait, là, je sais pas quoi. Camilla, je l'ai pas vu. Bait, je crois que c'était le mec qui était qui était parti demander ses loyers, je crois, non? C'est pas celui qui est enfermé là dans les maisons? Ah. Et c'est le gosse qu'il faut que je soigne aussi avec son rhume. Ça doit être Camilla.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not
Oh,
looking for
bonsoir,
what you will
Christina.
say, but I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor, Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Ok. Ok.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Pas très sympa ça.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think
ouais,
that
mon gars.
would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Mais bon, je plains tes partenaires. Mais...
Tell me about yourself.
Ouais,
Are
parle-moi
you
de toi,
joking with
Christine.
me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am
C'est
from.
raciste, ça
I
dit
had
donc.
few options left.
Moi, on va essayer de trouver un autre. Moi, je te juge
I
pas. Hein,
always
voilà,
thought I was the master
difficile,
of my
quoi.
own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Oui, oui, pas de problème. Là, Eh ben alors, parle-moi de
Do you know
Nurse
Nurse
Cray, s'il
Dorothy
te plaît.
Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu.
Voilà.
She came from Romania like me and many
Romania.
others.
You seem to respect
Ah,
her.
t'es roumaine.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Très bien,
Goodbye,
merci.
miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Merci, ma Christine. Toi là-bas, là. Je vais te poser des questions aussi. Vous êtes deux. J'ai la flemme de converser avec vous. Ah, ma mission est ici. Très bien. Qui parle? Attends. Ouais, j'aimerais soigner le fils et... le père et le fils là. Mais non!
This is despicable.
Ouais, c'est vrai.
You've wasted your life.
Toi c'est migraine j'ai pas, mais toi fatigue j'ai.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
Ça fait un gros chargement comme ça.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Je peux pas lui donner
Do Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
Tiens, je te donne un
There you
médoc.
go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Bon. Je t'ai soigné. Ouais, migraine, je sais pas, mon gars, toi, faudra attendre. Hein. Voilà, mais il y a encore un meurtre ici. Ah non, c'est pour rentrer. Bon alors on va voir, vas-y.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Maison des Peterson, intéressant. Harry, parle-moi de toi.
So,
Révèle-moi tous tes secrets.
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Est-ce que tu connais une certaine Nurse
do
Cray?
you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Ouais, comment tu te
How
sens?
do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Je suis sûr que c'est le mec qui est dehors là.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
Voilà,
That's
exactement.
exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place?
Eh oui, c'est vrai ça, pourquoi tu quittes pas
Have you
là?
ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things.
Ah, disons qu'en ce moment les Russes c'est
Bloody and frightening
pas
things.
forcément
why you stay at
très
home
très
all day.
agréable.
For fear of the
Accueillant aussi.
epidemic?
I'm not afraid of
Plutôt dangereux.
disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
J'ai pas l'indice.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Ah tu me gênes putain. Je savais que c'était lui son père.
It's locked, all right.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
On va interroger ton père, tiens.
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another. Please, Joe.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a
Non,
doctor.
non, je suis pas
A
journaliste, mon
doctor,
gars.
you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't
Colossus.
remember asking for your service, sir.
Moi je
Have you
recherche
heard of
Nurse
a
Cray, tu la
nurse
connais?
named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Je vois, donc t'as une mauvaise réputation. Et je peux savoir ce que tu
May
fais
I
ici?
ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Ouh là là, mon gars, mais toi tu me parles très très mal. Tu sais que si je te bouffe, tu me rendrais énormément service. Enfoiré.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Ah ouais, ouais. Si tu savais, mon gars.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Déception.
Harry doesn't
il
seem happy living in
est pas heureux,
Whitechapel.
hein.
Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
T'as
Only
pas de
one.
regrets, mon gars.
Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane.
Jane?
Gave the
Ouais, elle est
boy
partie voir
confidence.
Tarzan. T'as trompé, mec.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Eh ben. Très charmant. Non, ici, non, ok. Ah, il y a la bise, hein.
Mr. Peterson.
Bon, bah écoutez, j'ai envie de vous dire, on continuera notre enquête dans un prochain épisode. Donc sur ce, je vous souhaite à tous une bonne journée ou une très bonne fin de soirée. Et puis je vous dis à la prochaine. Allez, ah ouais.